Hey there! Welcome to another train ride. In today's video, we're diving into a very exciting heritage rail adventure right here in New Zealand's North Island. This is the River City Express, a lovingly restored vintage rail experience that takes us on an unforgettable journey from Paraparaumu all the way to Whanganui. Along the way, we'll be riding beautifully preserved carriages pulled by a steam locomotive, hopping on a steamboat for a unique river journey, and then making the round trip back to Paraparaumu behind a classic diesel locomotive. It's going to be a massive 15-hour day with history, scenery, and a whole lot of train magic. So sit back, relax, maybe pour yourself a lovely little cup of coffee, and let's get rolling. We're up bright and early this morning at 6 a.m, wide awake and ready to catch our 7 a.m. train. The first leg of this journey is aboard a steam train, a true gem of New Zealand's railway heritage. This one was built in 1956 down in Dunedin, and this steam locomotive represents the pinnacle of Kiwi engineering at the time, designed for both speed and versatility, I read. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not exactly a train engineer or any kind of a technical expert. I'm much more of an expert when it comes to soaking in the views from a train. But here is what I do know. This bad boy, it can reach a top speed of 113 kilometers per hour. Retired in 1971 after covering over 416,000 miles, this locomotive spent decades undergoing meticulous restoration. Today, it's fully certified for operation on New Zealand's national network, which is a true testament to the dedication of the enthusiasts, those train nerds, who brought it back to life. With its powerful coal-fired engine, smooth operating roller bearings, don't know what that is, but I'm just reading this for you right now, and a history built on resilience and craftsmanship. It's a great train, guys. Felt like I was on Harry Potter.
I would like to officially welcome you on the River City Express. There's a company called Steam Incorporated. Now this is just the coolest experience already, and we've only been on here for just a few moments. If you love cows, you're gonna love this train. Anyway, come on through to this section here. And we're somewhere a little less windy. This is your wife. Ludvig is absolutely loving it.
Bathroom is cute and compact. Has everything you need, really.
Whoa, this train's pretty long. Apparently, it's 8 carriages. Is that what they said? I don't know. We have a 15-minute break here in Palmerston North, so it means we can come up to the front of the train and see what it's all about. And as you can see, everyone is gathered around to see how awesome this is here at the front. You can see so much steam coming off it. This is absolutely fantastic. If you're a massive train nerd, you're gonna love this.
Honey husband, do you like this train?
This train is cool.
This is a driver's section, and we may just get a little sneak peek inside very shortly. Stay tuned. And these are the train carriages. Apparently there are 8 here today. To my surprise, there's actually a lounge car just past the open air viewing carriage, and it's actually so nice. We had a little seat in there before. They've got coffee, they've got tea, they've got snacks, a whole bunch of stuff that you can kind of grab to go.
All right, guys, we've got a breakfast of champions. Egg sandwich. And Bluebird ready salted crisps. We've made it to Whanganui, a town with a rich history and a deep connection to New Zealand's past. Nestled along the Whanganui River, this is one of the country's oldest settlements, with a heritage that spans centuries, making it a must-see for anyone visiting the region. And now another adventure begins. We're about to board the paddle steamer Waimarie for a 2-hour journey along the picturesque river. This iconic vessel dates back to the 1800s, is a true slice of New Zealand's riverboat history, and gives us a really cool chance to experience this place from water, and it's a place that Ludvig and I have both never been.
So voiceover Chloe will correct you if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that this here behind me actually sunk to the bottom of this river.
Yes, that's right, camera-based Chloe, it did indeed sink. back in 1952. But here's the cool part. After sitting at the bottom of the Whanganui River for nearly 50 years, a group of dedicated volunteers managed to salvage and restore her. By 2000, she was back in action, making her the only authentic coal-fired paddle steamer still operating in New Zealand.
And actually what's really, really nice is it's cool to have not only a train ride today, but also a little boat ride. I think it really breaks up the trip, especially for someone like Ludvig who is a little bit more restless and has to be convinced just a little bit to come on these train rides with me. So it's nice that we have this little break, a little bit of fresh air, different mode of transport, and then we can jump back on the train all the way back to where we started. One question though, Ludvig, how happy are you to be on a boat now?
Pretty stoked not to be on a train.
But have you really loved this train?
Yes.
Well, that was darn diddly cool, my friend. We got to go in the engine room. We've been in the bridge with the captain of the MS Trollfjord in Norway, and now we have been in the engine room with the man in the engine room of the Marty, of the pedal steamboat here in Whanganui. How great is that? Life is complete. And what did you learn, Ludvig?
I learned that it's hot as hell down there. Sweat fest. Old mate downstairs can't see where the boat's going, so they just yell at him, full speed, half speed, stop. Yeah, he's in control of the speed, but that's about it.
We're on a steamboat and we're going to watch a steam train go past on a bridge. This is the best Sunday ever. It's a diesel train.
Another awesome thing you can do here in Whanganui is ride the tram. Look at that. How cute. Shall we add a third mode of transport to today, Ludvig?
Nah. My feet are my third mode of transport.
And if you're not satisfied with the steam train, the steamboat or the tram, there is a double-decker bus here in Whanganui. Can we go on the bus?
Sure.
Well, that was Whanganui. That was actually such a nice little break in the day, and going on that steamboat was just so much fun. Got a little bit of a time now, so we took the shuttle back from the town centre to where we're getting the train again, and then we're going all the way back to Haikakariki this evening. We won't get back till about 9:45 at night, so it's going to be a late one, but this has been an absolutely relaxing day and highly recommend doing this. And really cool, just around here where we're getting the train in Whanganui, there's a really old bunch of abandoned trains, and it's so cool. I feel like this would make a really cool photo shoot spot. Would you like to have a photo shoot here, Ludvig?
Yeah, actually.
After some free time to explore and grab a spot of lunch, we head to the next place to catch our return ride home to Parapara Umu. This time we're swapping locomotives for a new one, which is a diesel one. Built back in 1957 in Australia, this one's been around for a while and has had quite the journey. It's spent years hauling Steam Incorporated's excursions, and after an extensive overhaul, it's back running scenic train rides all over New Zealand. But here's the real fun part. One of the highlights of the day was seeing this huge circular thing on the tracks, and for a moment we had no idea what it was, but then we realized it's a turntable. They used it to manually push the locomotive around, swapping it over so that this new one could guide us back home. It was really cool and a little tiring watching the crew work together to spin this thing around. And it's actually the second time I've seen something like this happen. I did get a little glimpse at a mini tram doing this in San Francisco. Quite a lot smaller, isn't it? Alright guys, very exciting. We have another interview on our channel. I'm on a roll with the interviews. This is Tommy.
Hello.
And what exactly is your role here, Tommy?
I am part of Steam Inc. in the capacity of the Assistant Operations Manager. So part of what that entails is organising the excursion like today from the outset. I manage all of our marketing and sort of essentially selling the tickets.
Have you noticed that most of your clientele are from New Zealand, or you get a lot of overseas people as well?
It has been quite heavily New Zealand based, funnily enough, since COVID. You know, it was a tricky time for a lot of businesses and societies like us at that time, and we actually sort of flourished as a result of it. Started filling trains and touch wood, you know, that hasn't really stopped. It's been fantastic. But yeah, great to have support from the local communities wherever we go.
One thing Ludvig and I noticed is that the entire day on the train, there are just so many locals. It's almost like an event down this side of New Zealand. Like, people are outside all of the houses, people are stopped on the side of the road with their car, everyone's got their phones, their tripods, their big fancy cameras, like taking shots. Is it quite a big community thing and everyone knows when it's happening?
Yeah, we certainly try and inform the communities. It's amazing how far the whistle up the front spreads. You can hear it from kilometres away, so it certainly gives communities such as Wanganui the opportunity to hop outside and have a little look. But no, it's a great part of what we do, and that it attracts a huge amount of people from a wide variety of backgrounds.
And I think I have a really great question to finish with. What is your dream bucket list train ride anywhere in the world?
Oh, that is a tough one.
I know. I have like a list a mile long.
I would love to do the Venice Simplon Orient Express. Yeah.
That's my one too.
Oh.
I just need to save up like 30 grand US.
yeah, maybe in another lifetime, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you on there.
Yeah, see how well your views do.
Yeah, like this video, and we can both go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you absolutely love being a train driver?
Oh, absolutely. Although I'm only a fireman, not a driver.
Oh, right.
But close enough.
Yeah, it's still very cool. You have an amazing office.
It's a very warm one, you could say that.
It's very hot in here, yeah. Comment below if you're really impressed with Ludvig being a real team sport when it comes to trains. Like, before he met me, I don't really know how many trains he's been on. Maybe just really quick little 20-minute ones around Sweden just to get to and from, to get off them as quickly as possible. Like, I don't think this is really what you signed up for, but this is what life looks like now with your New Zealand wife. And I just want to take a brief moment to thank you for this. Thank you for being with me here, and I'm sure all of these guys here do. All of you just really appreciate Ludvig being here on these train rides.
I don't know. I can't.
You just say thank you, because they're about to say yes in the comments, and then you say thank you to them.
Thank you. Tack.
That was thank you in Swedish. Our ride home was beautiful. The kind of beauty that makes you want to just pause and soak it all in, which honestly happens basically every single time I go on a train ride. Rolling hills stretched out as far as the eye could see, dotted with sheep and cows lazily grazing in the golden light. Streams sparkled as they snaked through the valleys, and the Kapiti Coast's dramatic landscape provided the perfect backdrop. Can't believe I said that all without stuttering. And that sunset? Oh my, it was insane. We spent much of this leg out in the open-air carriage, letting the fresh breeze wash over us as the train gently clattered along the tracks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, my friends, and I guess what Chloe on the camera is doing right now is showing you where you might want to click the thumbs up, and I guess directing you to subscribe just down below. So yeah, and if you want to watch more, why don't you watch this one?